Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to episode 005 of Bum Talk. I am your host, the one and only Che Bum, along with my brother, Danny Bums.
Danny Bums.
Who today is wearing a
mask. No, I'm not wearing anything. This is what I look like in real life. This is me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so. This is our first video podcast. We're still learning the logistics. A lot to learn. We're using right now QuickTime Player.
Text message.
Text message. We do have a little information board over here with our information regarding Twitter and just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So if you can read this properly, it says our Twitter is @bumtalk_, and then our Twitter leads to a SoundCloud link where we have our episodes 2 and 3, and we're gonna upload episode 4 and episode 1 is on YouTube, and this episode will be on YouTube,
yes,
right? Because you know how to.
Mm-hmm. By tonight, we'll upload this episode on YouTube, and we'll figure out from there as the day goes by.
Yeah.
But so far, so good. Everything. It was a quiet week for combat sports in general. It was more of a wrestling weekend.
Yeah. News.
Well, yeah. Well, news. But it was a big wrestling week. And in fact, we'll talk about it on Friday afternoon. The G1 Supercard sold out, and that created a whole debacle. Vince McMahon apparently is pretty pissed about that. The G1 Supercard final finished over the weekend, and now we know Kenny Omega will fight at Wrestle Kingdom 13 or 14. I forget which one it is. I think it's 14, right?
What?
Wrestle Kingdom?
Sure.
14, yeah.
Wait, did they already have who they're gonna fight in January now?
Yeah, the whole purpose of the G1 Climax is for the winner to fight Kenny Omega in January, so Kingdom 14 or 13, whatever it is. And the rumor is, and we'll talk about that. The rumor is that the co-main event for that is supposed to be Chris Jericho versus Kashikata Okada, whatever his first name is. But the rumor is that Jericho is gonna fight Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 14.
We have some visuals.
Yeah, we do.
This is the G1 Supercard. It's gonna be WrestleMania weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They have the balls, the audacity to go up to Vince McMahon like that and do this.
And they sold out
in less than an hour.
So the story was that
wild
on Wednesday, for those who have like the pre-sale code, Wednesday and Thursday it's sold out 60%, and then Friday when it went available at 10 a.m. for the public, it sold out within an hour, I believe. So by 11 a.m. Friday, it's all sold out. 15,000 seats sold out.
How awkward is is it even awkward for Chris Jericho right now?
It probably is.
He's employed by
he's
employed by the two biggest. Like that's a hybrid. No one does that.
Yeah,
no one does that.
I'm sure he'll talk about it in his podcast coming out. I mean, well, I think.
And is he confirmed for G1 Supercard?
No, you mean the Wrestle Kingdom? Oh, no. It's too far in advance. But the rumor says that apparently Wrestle Kingdom, Chris Jericho's gonna fight Okada. Apparently, that's the rumor for Wrestle Kingdom as a co-main event.
Christ.
But yeah, so this story has been circulating all over the weekend. It's a slap to WWE in the face, I think, because.
Well, we're gonna tell you why. So next year WrestleMania is in MetLife Stadium, which is right here. And just to break it down for you guys, obviously WWE is the biggest wrestling promotion in the world, probably of all time. They're so big. They're not just wrestling. They're an entertainment company. Mm-hmm. So their biggest threat ever, Vince bought them off, which is WCW during the Attitude Era. Mm-hmm. So ever since that, TNA was maybe 9 years ago.
Had a couple of years.
They had a really good run because they picked up a lot of their slack. Because after Attitude Era ended, when PG, a lot of those guys left and they went to TNA, and it was pretty somewhat competitive. It was almost competitive with the UFC because that's when the UFC was had the Brock Lesnar and stuff. That was when it was big. So eventually, obviously, WWE did what they always did. They just overshadowed TNA to TNA. Obviously now is Impact. Impact's not even. How many people have left Impact in the past year?
Yeah,
it's just not the same. Even Jeff Jarrett left.
A lot of the top talent.
Jeff Jarrett started.
A lot of the
TNA.
top talent in WWE right now are from Impact or formerly Impact wrestlers.
But
TNA,
New Japan Pro was always they've never been bought out, or they've always been in the picture. But now in the past 2 years, they've been such big competitors. So this is the thing. So WWE is so big that all their competitors work together.
Yeah.
Like New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yep,
and Ring of Honor, they work together, and even sometimes, when it was TNA, now I don't know about Impact.
And Ring of Honor also works with Egypt. Impact sometimes works with Ring of Honor.
So WrestleMania weekend will always consist of the NXT people, these guys,
NXT.
the developmental promotion of the WWE or brand. They'll have like their takeover event the night before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And what is so it's crazy because that same night next year for WrestleMania, Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling are teaming up to do
G1 Supercard
to do their pay-per-view or whatever.
Yeah.
In Madison Square Garden, which will be the same city, same area where NXT will be. And they did the same thing last year when WrestleMania was in
New Orleans,
but it was just a Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but it was Friday, right? Or Saturday?
No, it was Saturday. But and the main event was crazy. It was Kenny versus Cody.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
So like these
motherfuckers, these guys, Honor.
Yeah, Supercard Honor. Mm-hmm. These guys literally will follow. They'll stalk WWE.
Yeah.
And then they'll make it just to compete with, obviously because they know they can't compete with WrestleMania, so they want to take out NXT. And the most effed up thing is that Madison Square Garden, they don't do they do WWE, but only WWE live shows.
Live shows, yes.
They haven't. I guess that's too much money to have like a pay per view.
Or SmackDown.
The last WWE pay per view there was like 1960.
No.
That's what Dave Meltzer said. Shout out to Dave Meltzer.
1960. No. The last pay per view they had there was actually a couple years ago. I believe it was Survivor Series 2011. No. So what they haven't did. So two things. So they haven't sold out. So WWE has not sold out MSG since 2015, which is obviously a house show. The last pay per view I believe was there you go. The last pay per view I believe was I believe Survivor Series 2011 was the last MSG event, WWE pay per view event. I can't remember the last time it was a SmackDown or Raw at MSG. But yeah, the problem is with WWE, it costs too much money to rent out, so they go to the Barclays because it's much cheaper to use.
Yeah,
and everything.
Everyone goes to Barclays.
But I've said this multiple times, and a lot of people I think would agree with me that the indie fans are more passionate wrestling fans than WWE fans. I consider myself a WWE fan. I'm not much of an indie fan guy.
We'll follow the main story.
Yeah, we follow what goes on.
The Bullet Club, what's going on with Okada.
Ring of Honor.
So obviously, this is what we're talking about. They'll be at Madison Square Garden the night before WrestleMania. It's the same night of TakeOver that night. And there's two promotions, Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. They're coming together.
Yeah, and
mind you, these guys have the likes of Okada, Kenny Omega,
Young Bucks,
Cody Rhodes, Young Bucks, and possibly
Bullet Club.
Yeah, the Bullet Club, and I don't know about Chris Jericho. I mean, if I were him,
Naito.
You can't do two. Imagine he does both.
Nah,
Vince will not.
Never happen.
And the smart thing is to do WrestleMania because it's a bigger show.
Oh yeah,
one of the biggest events of the year.
Well, he missed WrestleMania this year.
Maybe he's at Raw 25, which I was there.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole big deal is now that congrats to New Japan and Ring of Honor. I think I mentioned to you this week. So New Japan, they got a new CEO. He's an American guy. So right now New Japan is they're going through uncharted territory. They really are, and so far it's working out for them. And this is the new CEO. I forgot his name. He has a lot of money, a lot of investors here, so he really wants to make this a global scale. I'm not saying to level WWE, but he wants to make it I think literally the number 2 company in the whole world, and they're going that way currently.
Right.
So yeah, that's been in the news the whole week. Apparently Vince is pissed about this, and then according to the Wrestling Observer, I sent it to my brother. Apparently,
I didn't read it.
Vince McMahon apparently is going to offer ridiculous money to the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and Kenny Omega when their contract ends at the end of January, which will be around Royal Rumble season. Because you remember 2 years ago, remember the whole fuss in Royal Rumble 2017 when they said, "Oh, is Kenny going to come to Royal Rumble?" Remember that Seth Rollins interview? When they asked him who would you want to see at the Royal Rumble? Like, I want to Kenny the Cleaner.
I want to see Kenny the Cleaner. Right?
So all 4 of them, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and Kenny Omega contract all end around end of January. So the rumor is that Vince apparently is pissed off over what happened with the weekend, and he's apparently going to throw a lot of money to these wrestlers. And I don't know. I mean, obviously when the day gets closer, we'll figure out what happens.
It just pushes the Chris, I don't have it. It pushes the puts Triple H and Vince in such a crazy awkward, because now Triple H and even Vince, they have to create a mega card for NXT.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because Adam Cole's going up against his former brothers, because he was the face of Ring of Honor. And now he's basically probably the face of him in that faction. Well, by that time, will be the biggest.
Yeah.
The face of NXT.
I absolutely agree. And it'll probably be tough for Adam Cole. I mean, I'm sure people want to ask him like, how do you feel about that? You know, your old promotion is going up against you that Saturday night next year. But we're still about 8 months away from WrestleMania season, but it's sold out already. WrestleMania tickets, I believe, go on sale in November. So they'll probably sell out pretty fast too. But I think that was the biggest thing. Wrestling news in general that was big this weekend. Obviously, you heard about Randy Orton. Apparently, something happened a few years ago where
I love how it's a few years ago.
Yeah, but things come out where apparently this writer, he met Randy Orton, and apparently Randy Orton will put his hand in his genitals and then pull it out and then pull out his penis. So who knows what happens? Yeah. It's just story just broke I think yesterday, so we'll find out more information as this investigation keeps on going. We'll see what happens. But besides that, as we mentioned, there was no big wasn't a big combat sport weekend. There was no UFC, no Bellator, no big boxing fight per se. There's no wrestling this weekend, but we are going to talk about previewing SummerSlam and NXT TAKEOVER 4 because we will be there Saturday night. We'll be there Saturday night to watch TAKEOVER 4. We're very excited for that. So we'll be covering it.
We will be there next Saturday, right? Yeah, we will be there Saturday, at TakeOver. We'll be live, and we'll put up pictures, and it'll be dope.
It's gonna be an awesome experience. Our first NXT show ever. Actually, it's our first pay-per-view, I guess, in general. I've never been to WWE pay-per-view. But yeah, so moving forward, NXT TakeOver 4 Brooklyn is next Saturday.
Wait.
And that too, yes. SummerSlam is the day after TakeOver, so it's a big weekend. It's the tagline is the hottest party of summer. I think that's the tagline for SummerSlam. But before we get to SummerSlam, we gotta talk about TakeOver 4, Brooklyn 4, for this weekend. Obviously, you heard over the week what happened that Aleister Black was pulled out of the main event for TakeOver. Originally, it was scheduled to be a triple threat match between Johnny Gargano, Thomas Ciampa, and Aleister Black. TakeOver 4, we will be there, NXT.
Yeah.
But over the week, obviously on Wednesday's episode, have you heard Aleister Black apparently had some kind of what do you describe it? He had some kind of situation.
He got injured in real life, and then they made it into a storyline.
Yeah, but so apparently,
and it was brilliant.
Yeah, he got hurt in the back, and no one knows what happened.
And then everyone was mysteriously around the area. You saw Johnny Gargano walk away. Yeah. You saw Cassius Ohno with those girls. You saw Undisputed just drive away. It was hilarious.
So it was.
It was very reminiscent. I tweeted about it. It was very reminiscent of when Stone Cold got run over, and then everyone was trying to find out what happened to him. It was wild.
Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely compare it to that.
Yeah.
So obviously that was the way they were to sell that Aleister Black got injured. So now it got moved to a last man standing match. I believe whoever. What is last man? What does last man standing match stand? No DQ, I guess.
I think a 10 count thing.
Okay, I don't know.
If you can get up or something, I don't
yeah,
remember.
we don't even know what the rule is or the stipulation behind a last man standing match. But there are 5 matches at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. And there's 2 matches I'm looking for. Well, I love them all. I want to see. First one, I want to watch EC3 versus Velveteen Dream. It's a great match. I think that opens up the card for TakeOver, the main card, because it was a kickoff show.
Yeah.
I want to see EC3. Never seen him. He's an Impact legend. He's well liked in WWE. He's fighting this young phenomenon called Velveteen Dream. He's 22 years old. Great match. I'm looking forward to that match. And then I think the match of the night. It's not the main event. I think the match of the night is Adam Cole versus Ricochet. That match to me has Dave Meltzer 10 stars or 8 stars.
Yeah.
High flyers.
But I'm sure they fought at
they're performing Honor. Yeah, so they know each other. Their path has crossed.
So I mean, it's it's that, but like obviously in a bigger scale. It's NXT and it's Takeover and it's SummerSlam weekend because obviously and the WWE's. See how powerful WWE is. Like New Japan alone, they can't really compete with them. Maybe Ring of Honor alone definitely can't. So they need to come together.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
that's what Vince created. Vince bought out all these territories because WWE professional wrestling like 20 years ago was all territories throughout the country.
Slowly,
and he just amalgamated them all, and then eventually
into the monopoly became. But yeah, I mean, and that's always the story. If you want to beat the big guy, you gotta join forces and try to knock him out or compete with them. So yeah, that match Ricochet versus Adam Cole looks ridiculous. I think match of the night. The other two matches we have Ronda Rousey's best friend Shane Balazar versus Carrie Lane, who Carrie Lane is the first ever Mae Young Classic winner. I can't say much about that. I really don't follow the NXT Women's Division at all. I do like Shane Balazar. I think she's total badass, 100%. Reminds me of Ronda Rousey, but more of like a tomboy version of her. So that's a good match. And the other one is the NXT Tag Team Championships between the Undisputed Era versus the Mustache of Men, who are NXT UK stars.
Sorry, I'm a little slow.
There you go, yeah.
Adam Cole versus Ricochet is going to be a hell of a match. Adam Cole is the North American champion. The for inaugural is like the mid-card title of NXT.
Intercontinental.
Versus Ricochet, he's an incredible talent. Like, he's insane.
His debut?
Even The Rock tweeted about him. He's saying this guy's a monster. Like, the fact that Rock's tweeting about, like, in NXT says a lot.
Yeah.
I remember that one time he put up a post of when Samoa Joe came up.
Samoa Joe came up
to main roster.
Oh, yeah.
And then The Rock put up a post about him.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
That's awesome. This Ricochet versus Adam Cole. I'm pretty sure Adam Cole will retain because the whole idea is to create a faction that owns all the belts in NXT.
Yeah. And always, most takeovers always had a surprise. Remember last August, the surprise Adam Cole debuted? Remember that?
Yeah, he's been there for a year now.
It's been there for a year. And then War Games, I believe there was no... What happened in War Games? In War Games, there was no twist. I believe January is when Tommaso Ciampa came back. And then I forget the rest. What happened in April or May, their takeover. But anyway, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. It's our first ever takeover show. First NXT show ever. So we're happy about that. We're very excited. But moving on from the minor leagues to the major leagues. If you can please pull up the SummerSlam card. It's almost official, I think. SummerSlam starts, as you can see, Sunday, August 19th, 7 Eastern. Kickoff shows are at 5 Eastern time, which will be on YouTube or WWE Network. Great card. I think there you have the main event and co-main event. Obviously Brock versus Roman is a main event, and I would think maybe Alexa and Ronda will be the co-main event. But again, a great fight. You can please pull up the cards. We can go through it and just break it down and review SummerSlam.
Yeah, one second.
So I think there's like 13 fights in total, more or less. Yeah, about 13. Because they'll have
Flow Rider's doing the song.
Because they have
Yeah,
he always does.
Oh, there's two of them. Burn the House by AJR and then Sweet Sensation by Flow Rider.
Okay, all right.
Anyways,
but usually it's always Flow Rider.
We have 12 matches on right now.
And they just added one this week at Andresian Almas versus Rusev, right? I believe.
Yeah, apparently that's subject to change. No, they need to have a mixed mag tag. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be so dope.
So
I didn't know they were making that.
I thought
I don't even watch SmackDown. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we haven't watched SmackDown in a long time.
I just watched the highlights. Yeah. I don't know. I just like
we watch Raw. We're Raw guys.
Yeah, Raw. Because like it's like I mean we love professional wrestling, but like we do 3 hours on a Monday and then another 2 for a Tuesday.
That's like 5 hours, and we didn't even watch NXT. If anything,
and then imagine the nights where there's like a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's a toll.
I have this one friend that like he did all WrestleMania, all of Raw, all of SmackDown, and he did NXT, and then I think he did Impact. I'm like, dude, you watch that legit like almost 15 hours of professional wrestling. Like, you're insane in 1 week.
But yeah, like back to what Danny Boone was saying, we don't watch NXT regular shows.
Right.
We don't watch SmackDown. The last time I watched probably about a month ago. We watched Raw, but Raw it's on and off. We watched opening promo.
I think I had it on this past Tuesday.
You did, but I was doing some work. Yeah, I remember you watched it.
I don't even know what happened.
Oh
yeah, Daniel Bryan and then The Miz. That was
hilarious. The interview, right? Yeah. But yeah. So breaking it down so far, we have 12 matches. I don't think they'll add another match. Maybe we'll get one more match. What's the first match there? Obviously, it's not in order. We'll go through the list and then wrap it up.
I guess we'll start from the bottom because it gets intense as you go up. We have the mixed tag team match with Rusev and Lana versus Andres y Almas, former NXT champion.
So I think
and Zelina Vega.
I think that'll be a kickoff show fight.
Yeah, it's most likely.
Yeah. Good fight. Like I said, I haven't watched SmackDown, so I don't know what the feud's going on with there. If I was a betting man and the way they're building Cien Almas and the way they book Rusev, it's pretty obvious that I think Cien Almas wins because he's been booked phenomenal. That fight with AJ Styles 3 weeks ago was ridiculous.
Probably the biggest fight of his life.
And Rusev is this glorified jobber.
Yeah. Then we have
just to add on that notion about Rusev. You go from title fight last pay-per-view and then this one possibly kickoff show. So tells you a lot about Rusev.
Yeah. We have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. It's been like over
8 years. There you go. 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years in the making. Yeah. So apparently, I mean, at that point we weren't watching wrestling again.
8 years of beef.
Yeah.
Especially those interviews last year on SmackDown Live.
How he always poked at him.
Talking Smack was called, yeah.
I miss Talking Smack. I'm Raw.
Now they just do it. Now it's just.
They do like for not every pay-per-view, but did it for Extreme Rules, remember?
Yeah.
But
that's when they don't have like a 24 after.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Which are phenomenal.
So between that, it's a prototypical heel versus face match. I cannot see Daniel Bryan not winning this match at all. I think he wins.
Yeah, because it's SummerSlam.
Yeah, he's a face, top baby
face.
But
me, I'd love to see The Miz win.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to see the Miz win. But
to me, The Miz is a special talent because The Miz is something the WWE. When WWE, you have to be both athletically good, but I feel like you also have to be after your character as if you be even better.
You're telling a story.
His mic skills are just, to me, they're the best.
Second to none, yeah. And there he is, Mike The Miz, who's filming the Marine 6, I think, after SummerSlam.
And he's got his own show with his wife.
Miz and Miz. I tried watching one episode. I
didn't.
I was like, nah, this is not happening.
So that's going to be great because we finally got to see that.
All right, moving forward.
Then we have Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin.
That match doesn't do anything to me.
Crazy because like 2 years ago, Finn Balor, he main evented and he won the inaugural. And
he fought Seth Rollins, right? Was it?
Yeah. Universal Championship, and then 24 hours later he vacated it.
Yeah. Another just it's another match. Finn Balor wins. Constable Corbin, whatever. Forget him.
Finn Balor.
Is that
with his ex-girlfriend Kathy Kelly. Yep.
Finn Balor. All right. So the next match moving on. So I got Finn Balor. Who you got?
Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And we have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. The legend Jeff Hardy.
So I haven't.
I guess Randy's not in this picture.
See, it's weird because like he's been ambushed with Jeff Hardy.
What about wasn't R-Truth in this storyline?
No, it was just an episode. He just filled in.
I heard it was great though.
It was a great match.
Come on, give that guy
a great promo.
Guy a break, man. Put him on the. That's whack. Who wins?
Nakamura.
Yeah. Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. I really don't watch 205 Live.
We don't. That's the fan kickoff show. Drew Gulak.
And new?
I love Drew Gulak. I don't watch 205, but he's one of my favorite 205 wrestlers. Great promo skills. He's the one that if you recall, he always had a PowerPoint presentation. Recall that? He always had like a PowerPoint presentation promo.
No.
But okay. I think he wins.
Then we have triple threat for the WWE's Women's SmackDown Championship. Right. Carmella, the current champion, versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. I hope Becky wins because she deserves it.
I think me too.
She's had a good run the past couple months.
Had a great run. I
think it's time for Carmella.
Yeah.
Unless Carmella's toy slave thing doesn't.
James Ellsworth. Yeah.
Doesn't interfere.
Yeah, I'm with you. Becky Lynch deserves it. She was the inaugural SmackDown Women's champion. But ever since she lost, she went down like on down slope, and then she's now back.
Hey, why are we doing this? We can do this next week.
No, this is previewing.
But we can do this next week.
Oh yeah.
whatever. Then we have Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins.
Man, that match is my match for the night. I'm gonna go with Mr. Steal the Show, Dolph Ziggler.
Same.
But Drew McIntyre is there.
Guy. Yeah, so, I love the heel. Well, I like Dolph with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. So the funny thing about that is that apparently Dolph Ziggler's contract ends in August. There's no, I guess, end of August because he's fighting next Sunday. Nothing's been talked about him resigning or anything about that. So the weird thing is that if he loses, possibly because he doesn't resign, or we don't know what happened in his contract thing. And then also there's a rumor that Drew McIntyre is going to turn on Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. That too. And there's another rumor that Dean Ambrose might appear in SummerSlam, which that'll be phenomenal. That'd be crazy if Dean Ambrose comes back. But anyway, yeah. So I got Dolph Ziggler. You got Dolph Ziggler?
I don't know.
I
hope he wins.
I love Seth Rollins. I do. He's freaking crazy. I think he's one of the best wrestlers ever.
Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank contract.
I think everyone knows where this is going.
I think Kevin might win.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have someone in his?
So apparently Jinder Mahal. I guess tomorrow we'll get an answer or something. But the rumors that Jinder's supposed to interfere because Jinder has interfered in the last matches. So the rumors that Jinder's going to interfere somehow.
And then someone's getting distracted, right? Braun gets
with that Jinder, and then Kevin apparently wins it.
So Kevin wins.
But if you notice, Braun still hasn't lost a clean loss. It's always by something, whether it's interference.
Brock Lesnar?
No, Braun Strowman.
Brock Lesnar?
No. Oh, no Mercy, right? I didn't watch that one.
Yeah.
Because in Royal Rumble, he didn't get pinned. King got pinned because they protected Braun Strowman. But Braun, besides that Brock Lesnar loss, Braun either gets counted out or DQ or, But anyway.
The Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day.
I'm gonna go with the gonna be the 5-time WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Day.
Why not? I don't care.
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
AJ Styles. Yeah.
Although it would be amazing for Samoa. It'd be
Samoa
great to
wins.
see him. God. But AJ, I don't know. To me, no one else on the SmackDown roster should have the strap. Maybe Samoa Joe, maybe, I don't know, but AJ, he's just so fitting of a champion.
Then Brian, I think too.
Then when I guess this is the co-main event only because of obvious reasons. Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. God, it's gonna be so big. I forgot Ronda's on this card.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what? I love both of them. I think Alexa still wins. I think Alexa retains.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's way too early for her to put the strap on her. In the main event, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, I think Brock Lesnar wins only because I'll tell you why.
You gotta say Lesnar Reigns 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you why because Brock Lesnar has recently come out saying that he wants to work with both WWE and UFC, and they keep talking about like having him hopefully have 2 straps. Paul Heyman's always bringing up they want him to be a 2-sport champion. So I think he retains. I don't think if that's the case, he's not dropping. If the case is that he does want to work with both of them, then I don't think he's dropping the title. And it'll be amazing because it'll please the fans so much.
It would, especially
actually I don't know,
like us.
Maybe not because people are pissed off at Brock and they're remember what they said.
It's a love-hate thing with Brock Lesnar. But see, logistic-wise, if that is the plan, he won't challenge Daniel Cormier probably till like spring or almost close to summer of next year. So that
says who?
When he already fights Daniel Cormier, whenever they agree to a fight. Because if
he can fight as early as he can be cleared.
Yeah, and he still needs 6 months to be cleared for suspension.
He's doing it right now.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that. But he's not gonna fight anytime soon. It'll probably be sometime early spring. So I don't think WWE officials will have him.
Let's say you're a fighter and you're suspended to a random of November 2018, right? Mm-hmm. That means you literally can't step inside an octagon until November 9th, 2018. That means you can book a fight before, then you can train your whole life.
Yeah.
But the day of the fight has to be after your suspension. Does that make sense? So you can fight as early as January.
So when is suspension end?
January.
Okay.
They can book the fight right now. They can start promoting it. Obviously, they usually do like 3 months or 2 months in advance.
More or less, yeah.
That's what that means.
But
he can do his whole training camp because he's still technically not fighting.
That's true.
He can promote the fight because he's still not fighting.
And you can see he's slimmed down.
He's just not allowed to fight. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Slimmed down a lot.
Yes.
And I believe he's
had to make the 265 weight. Yo, that's so whack. MMA, there's like, and in boxing, when there's heavyweight, the weight limit is 200 plus. Look at big baby Miller, Jarrett Miller, fights at 300 pounds heavyweight, undefeated too, former kickboxer too.
So as we were saying, so we'll see what happens with the status of Brock Lesnar. That's going to be one of the hottest things I think going into end of 2018. What happens with Brock and with WWE, and what happens with Brock at the UFC. So it's going to be one of the biggest storylines in combat sports. You know what was going to happen with him. He's come out saying that he wants to be a two sport champ. So we'll see what happens.
At least Paul Heyman has.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think that's it all for today. We covered wrestling news. There was no UFC, no MMA this week, no big boxing fight this week. But next weekend
we have a boxing fight.
We do, yeah. And no UFC, but there's a Bellator fight next week, next Friday night, I believe. There's a boxing fight Saturday, right? I believe on Showtime, is it?
Yeah. Showtime's streaming it
on YouTube, right? Yeah. Oh, the Amir Khan, yeah.
No, that's September 8th.
Okay. So yeah, it's a Showtime fight next Saturday.
Well, this is like the cover of
promotional poster.
Yeah, this is Carl Frampton. I believe he's the main event, and then Tyson Fury might be the co-main event. Carl Frampton.
Is he lightweight? What is he?
He's super small. He fights like 120s, but he's a big name.
Yeah.
He's Irish. He's probably the most successful currently. Currently considered the best Irish boxer in the world.
Wow.
He has one loss.
Mm-hmm.
It was against Leo Santa Cruz. So it was for a belt. And it's crazy because they both fought each other. He beat Leo.
Mm-hmm.
That was Leo's first loss, right?
Yeah.
And they had an immediate rematch, and then Leo got the
belt
back.
Yeah.
So the world's waiting for the part 3.
The trilogy, yeah.
So they both have a loss, and in their career, their careers are perfect, and then they have a loss to each other. So the world's waiting for that rematch.
The trilogy bout.
So
yeah.
Hopefully after this match, if he wins, he calls Leo out. So
and that fight is free, right? On Showtime YouTube channel.
Yeah, because so we can stream it on the YouTube at around 5 p.m. Which is what I'll be doing. Also, and then after that, we'll head out.
It's in Europe, right?
England, yeah.
Yeah.
Windsor
so
Park.
6 hours. Oh, Windsor Park, yeah. So it's 11 o'clock out there. All right. I think that does it all for now. This is our first video. Besides some little technical difficulties, we'll upload this probably tonight. Yeah. Make sure to follow us. It's us Bum Talk. Our logos. Danny Bums is the one on that side. I'm the one with the on this side. Yeah. Like I said, follow us on Twitter at bumtalk_. Email us at bumtalk1@gmail.com. That is all for today. Any questions, comments, please feel free to email us or leave comments on the video. Anything to improve. We're working on certain equipment. But yeah, that's about it. Anything else, Danny Bones?